Welcome to the Dawgs Table. Hosted by Craig Fountain and Jared Fatty Bates. Get access to special guests, anyone can join the Dawgs Table. Find the link to join the show in the comments when we go live every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Periscope, and everywhere on the BIGPLAY network. Here's your hosts, Craig Fountain and Jared Fatty Bates.
We are live at the Dawgs Table. I stole your thunder, Jared.
That's okay. I'm all right with it. You want to know why?
Why?
Because it's pissed off Browns week this week.
It is. Fatty is extra on fire today. We'll put it that way. Fatty's on fire is going to be interesting.
I'm trying. I'm doing the woo-saw over here. I'm trying. Chris, thank you for chiming in. I'm trying everything, bud, to calm down. Holy shit. I cannot wait to get into this show.
It makes for a long week. And Chris, appreciate you joining in. For everybody that's tuning in, don't forget you can comment on the show. There's Andrew. How's it going? Appreciate you joining the show. You guys can comment like everybody has here, and we can interact with your comments, display them, address them. At some point in the show, we are going to be posting. Yeah.
Hey, you forgot. We're presented to you by BIGPLAY Sports and also Labatt Blue Light.
There we go. We are presented to you by Labatt Blue Light. But yeah, part of the way through the show, we're going to post a link so that anybody that wants to join our roundtable discussion on the Dawgs Table will be able to join. But we are going to be recapping a brutal Sunday loss. We have titled this episode "Dropping the Ball for Multiple Reasons." All right. And pun intended, 100%. But man, this is going to be a rough recap, and hopefully we can move on. Fatty, is that fireball going down smooth?
It is. I have two left, and I got to save them for Fatty's on fire. Because I'm probably going to do both of them at the same time. It has been that kind of week here in Cleveland. And for those of you that do not know, today was probably the icing on top of the cake in sports up here in Cleveland. Unreal what the hell has come out of the Browns facility or around the Browns in the past 36 hours.
The greater Cleveland community, is all over the place. And Fatty,
yes.
Normally we start with our Twitter poll, but let's get this one out of the gate because Cleveland has its idols. It has its quote unquote gods, so to speak. There's those that can do no wrong. But somebody upset some people today, and it is the king himself. And this was the tweet. OBJ will show again why he's special. Wide receiver 1, hashtag free OBJ. There's a lot of support for LeBron in this city. Did he lose some today?
I would hope so.
All right.
He wasn't the only one. You got Dwayne Bowe, too.
Dwayne Bowe didn't say anything, did he?
The hell he didn't.
What could he possibly have to say?
I'm telling you, Dwayne Bowe was on Twitter, too. They're all like, oh, my God, OBJ is not getting the ball. Blah, 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 blah.
Do you follow Dwayne Bowe on Twitter?
No, I just see everybody else posting it on Twitter.
Okay. He's the last person that should be commenting on a wide receiver room out of Cleveland.
You think?
I do think.
I'm emailing. I'm sorry if I'm distracted right now. I'm emailing a special guest coming on, hopefully, here in just a second.
All right. So I think that LeBron is, frankly, stirring some shit he doesn't need to stir. There's a lot of sentiment that OBJ needs to be gone. You have friends of OBJ's like LeBron who,
Did Craig freeze up, or is he muted? Or did I freeze up? I think Craig's froze up. What he's trying to explain is OBJ.
Did I lose my connection?
You lost your connection for a second.
Okay.
I tried to fill in.
Go for it.
Well, no, this whole thing, it's like it started out with OBJ's dad posting videos of just him wide open. And I get he's wide open. But it's not where Baker's going to throw the ball some of the times, okay? Yes, would I like him to? Yes. Is it going to happen all the time? No. I don't know what's going on, and this adds some more dysfunction, and our special guest is here. And I will bring him in.
Do it.
From the Voice of the Land podcast, which I had to do, and I got to give him kudos because I had to do a show on Sunday with these guys. I don't know how they do it after a loss the way they do. It is unreal what he can actually do. Let me bring in Kevin Arnold. What's going on, big boy?
What's up, guys? How are you?
We're trying to decipher LeBron James, Dwayne Bowe, OBJ's dad, and a whole bunch of other shit right now. How are you doing?
Well, I mean, you know how I'm doing, Jared, right now, but we'll leave that kind of behind the scenes right now. Figured come on here for a little bit with you guys and try to get my mind off of some of that stuff, but not a whole lot of good stuff to get my mind onto in the sports world right now. I've stayed off Twitter all day after I heard that the 11-minute video was posted, and then, of course, the guy that I do support, LeBron, posting in support of OBJ, who, I mean, I lost some respect for LeBron, or at least you lost some credibility in my eyes. Doing that when you say and you're cheering for the Browns on Twitter all the time, and are you from here? Are you not? Are you fans of the places here? What's really going? Who really are you as a sports fan? He lost some credibility when I saw that tweet. So I don't know. Anywhere I turn right now, it's like, hitting a wall right now. I don't know what the heck's going on.
So you guys in the comments, we're going to get to your questions. But first, welcome Barry into the studio.
Barry, what are you eating? Because it's more significant than what the Browns are doing right now.
Pork chops, mashed potato, gravy, stuffing, leftovers from yesterday. Amy made me.
That a boy.
Maybe we'll get some video from inside the Boo Boo bus here in a little bit. It's happened before, if you guys are new to the show. But all right, so what I was saying when I froze up earlier, guys, was this OBJ, these different sentiments that are coming out. They're on two sides of the fence, right? One of them is get him out of here. He's not productive. We don't need him. What are we wasting this money for? The other side is saying OBJ is 2017 OBJ. There's bigger problems with this team. And you get the feeling that OBJ's dad, LeBron, they're campaigning more for OBJ than they are for the Cleveland Browns, right? So who's right? Is it somewhere in the middle? At this point, with this kind of distraction, why not just get rid of him, right? Kevin, what do you think?
I say get rid of him, but not Craig, I think you're right in terms of, it might be somewhere in the middle. It's all crap right now. No one escapes criticism. It doesn't all fall on one guy or the other, but it just seems like at this point, I said it on Voice of the Land last year that I wanted to see Odell come back when people were having that question. Should they bring him back? Should they trade him? I wanted to see Odell with a more confident Baker. Now, of course, that Baker has gone away, and we're starting to see some of the other Baker that we've kind of seen in his struggles throughout his career. But I wanted to see that Odell, and if he wasn't going to buy into the culture that Kevin Stefanski, Andrew Berry, and this organization had established in terms of stepping up for your brothers when you need to, next man up, everybody doing for others and not worrying about how much you get out of the game. If he couldn't buy into that and wasn't all about that, today clearly shows that he is not buying into that. With his dad posting that, and since he has not tweeted anything or said anything to this point, of course, who knows? He'll get an opportunity to do it at practice this week, but he's been one to shy away from media when he knew what the questions were going to be. So who knows if we will even hear from him. He told his dad to go ahead and do it. He knew his dad was going to do that. Yeah. So
for sure,
it's just time to cut ties. It's not going to be the end all be all fix like everybody thought it was last year. Just they thought Browns played better without him. But I think it could help. Anything could help at this point. Somebody's got to lay the hammer down and put actual accountability. And I don't want to hear, I got to call plays better. I got to throw the ball better. I got to catch better. Don't say it. Just do it, please.
Yes,
I'm with you. I'm with you 100%. Barry, I know that you've kind of been on the launch OBJ train for a while. I mean, what is your take? Is it just OBJ? Is it the offense?
Okay, so if you go back that video, first of all, it was a 5.5 minute video. It wasn't 11 minutes because he showed every play twice. I watched it. And some of them, yes, OBJ is open. But if you look at where Baker Mayfield is and where OBJ is, he flashes for a period, and there's usually a defender in Baker's line of sight. So, did he miss him some? Yes. Is it as bad as the prima donna's dad's making it out to be? Probably not. But OBJ is a playmaker, and you're paying him $15 million a year. You have to find a way to get him the ball.
All right. Speaking of,
that's coaching. That's all coaching. And right now, the biggest question that we got to ask is coaching have to do with this? Because you know something? We've watched Baker line it up and just gunsling everywhere else. He is afraid to throw the ball downfield. And not like a little bit afraid. He is terrified to let one loose downfield. And when he did, somebody had a little gator arm, which I don't blame him. He was about to get killed. But just little, I don't want to get to check. Can you cover the check? But at that point in time, what's happening with this team is all coaching right now. Penalties, clutch situations where you're at 3rd down and 10 and you're on defense and you're playing a soft zone. And guess what they get? 11. Or you're 4th down and 1. Where's your bread and butter? Right up Treader's ass. And you try to run an outside zone. Or little screen passes. Or try on 1st down. This is the best part. You got Nick Chubb back and a running back that just rushed for 160 yards against a decent Denver defense. And you don't even run them.
FedEx Brown Player of the Week.
You don't run them. I don't care if they got 14 guys in the box. Why are you going on 1st down, 5 wide, and throwing the ball on 1st down? I don't give a shit. Give Nick Chubb, Dearness Johnson the ball. At least let him try it. If not, line him up single back and do a play action off of that. Do not go shotgun 5 wide. This is a coaching situation right now. This is not a team. This is not an offense. This is not a defense. Stefanski has got to pull the reins on this team and figure out what he wants this team to be, because what he's throwing out there is not it. Because we have a defense that will show up for one game, Not the next one. We have an offense that will show up and scores 42 points against the Chargers. Not the next game. We have to have a complete team, and we have not had it in 8 games. 8 damn games. We have not had a complete team.
Do you think
Stefanski's got to answer some of these questions, like you said, Jared. He's one of those untouchables when you go onto Brown's Twitter, but you go deep into Brown's Twitter. Like, there's ones that only think that Baker is God's gift to green earth, and he can't do no wrong. There's Kevin Stefanski. There's the supporters of you're either one side or the other. Kevin Stefanski is a guy that, like, if you even say one thing critical, oh, how could you distrust this guy? Look what he did for us last year. How could you do that? But everybody is liable for criticism. Everybody is liable to be held accountable for what they're not doing right. And Baker just stands back there, and there's times that he's hitching 2-3 times because I think he sees something downfield, but he's like, should I even throw it? Like you said, Jared, can I throw it downfield? And this is not to make an excuse for Baker because he holds a lot of the blame as well. But why in the hell do you not run some more up-tempo with some of these guys that have come into college with these spread offenses with, these offenses where they didn't really have a play call. It's a board with random pictures of Doritos and some dumb old dude's face and whatever that means something to the quarterback. At times, if you have a successful play, get up to the line quick, get these defenses on their heels, get them exhausted. It doesn't have to be every time. The NFL game is not what the college game is. But I think that you could implement elements of that because not only does the quarterback come from that, but your receiving core comes from that. Some of the running backs you draft now are going to come from that. Even the offensive linemen and the way that they block come from that kind of scheme. So use some of those and balance the NFL game and the college game together. What did they say last year? Marry the run and pass. Marry the college and NFL game and allow these guys to just go out there and play football and take advantage of big plays when you actually get them. I'm so sick and tired of seeing a big play from the Browns and then, we huddle up and then 10 seconds left on the play clock, we're taking the next one, and then we get a 1-yard run or a negative 2-yard play or Baker being sacked in the backfield. It's frustrating that we don't take advantage of some of those circumstances, and that comes down to coaching, but also execution.
I don't have the exact number in front of me, but I believe the Browns are basically dead last in the league in pace of play, meaning the amount of plays we're going to get. Now, some of that comes to we've seen some of the strategy be to chew the clock and run the ball. But in games like against Pittsburgh, we should have more urgency, I think. And I think that creates a domino effect with the play calling. And the way this roster is built, we have enough fresh legs to sub out a tight end, to sub out a running back, and to keep fresh legs going all the way down the field. But I think we need a little bit more urgency. But I'm also with you, Kevin. Like, if I have to watch another sack on 3rd or 4th down, like I just can't handle it anymore. It's frustrating.
I mean, it's happening all the time. If 4th down and 1, 4th down and 2, at some point kick a field goal in those circumstances. But if you're in plus territory, you're even inside the red zone, I get going for it. I like the aggressiveness.
Yeah.
But how is it every single time the other team is getting a sack? They're seeing something on film that you're not adjusting to. Stefanski, you have been adjusted to by the NFL. Time for you to take a step forward and readjust and go kick their ass.
So I want to pose a question to the table while we're here before we get to our Twitter poll. All right, so I have been brought up from multiple people about Josh Allen, about Lamar, about Patrick Mahomes, about all these other elite quarterbacks. And I want to pose a question to you. Those coaches adapted their offense to what those quarterbacks do the best. Do you personally think Kevin Stefanski has adopted that for Baker Mayfield?
That's a great question. It's tough because I think Baker's a little more of a jack of all trades than some of those guys. He's not going to have the strongest arm, the fastest legs, the best of this or the best of that, but he's kind of like he'd rather be average or above average at everything rather than the best at one thing. But some of these things are facades. Like, I'm pretty sure I read today that Baker has a higher average depth per target than Josh Allen. Is that real? And we're complaining about him not throwing the ball downfield or taking shots, So I don't know. So it's all contextual, if you ask me. Kevin, what are your thoughts?
I don't know that he has adopted it. I mean, it seemed like it last year. Maybe the injury scared the coaching staff when it shouldn't. I mean, if your quarterback's willing to go out there and he feels like he can go out there and do most of what he is capable of doing, then just allow him to go play his game. Yes, this is a run-based offense. You can still have pace with your run game. You can allow Baker Mayfield to do what he does best. I feel like that part of the playbook has been closed this season. So in the past, yes, they had adapted to Baker Mayfield. This year, with the injury and some struggles that Baker Mayfield has to own up to, they have completely shut down part of the playbook when we thought they were going to open up new elements of it this season.
Barry, before we get into our Twitter poll of the week, what are your thoughts on everything we're talking about here?
So let's not forget, as much as we say, we were talking about Stefanski and the play calling, that he called a well enough game to win that game.
Oh, yes.
Landry doesn't fumble the ball, doesn't drop the drop passes. I mean, the defense held Pittsburgh to 15 points. You hold an NFL team to 15 points, you should win. I don't know. I guess I'm not ready to burn it all down yet, and the sky's not falling in.
It's
just frustrating from all angles. It's just frustrating from all angles. You're right, Barry. I mean, it's so frustrating, but the world is not falling. Do you guys know that there are people on Twitter that found a way to blame Baker Mayfield for Jarvis Landry's fumble?
Yeah, right.
I mean, this is where we're at. If you're really against one of these guys on the team, whether it's OBJ, Baker, anybody, people are putting that. That's why I can't go on Twitter, because it's just that's where the sky is falling in, and the sky is falling in on people's basements where they're just sitting in front of their computer and just tweeting whatever they want and not actually, paying attention to what's really going on. All involved take on the criticism. We are all frustrated as fans. They better be frustrated inside that building. It's not a panic button. It's just bring a sense of urgency and care. When you got guys saying that, they're answering questions like, games against Pittsburgh, do those matter more than others? Yes, fans, we wanted to say it does, but it does. Don't just go with this whole it's a divisional game and it's, we got to go win, but it doesn't matter more. It clearly didn't on Sunday afternoon.
The Browns are 4-4. I had them at 5-3 coming into this game. What are we, game and a half out of first place in the division?
Yeah, I mean the entire division.
This is a big week here. Let's be honest. This is a big week. Stefanski, this is a big week. After this week, we go out and lay an egg this week, the sky's falling in. But we'll find out. We'll find out what this team is this week, and whether they're going to point fingers and let it implode, or whether Stefanski's going to reel them in.
All right, Tyler. If we finish 7-10, what changes are necessary going into 2022? Defensive coordinator. I mean, that's about it. But I don't think that's where we're at yet. Andrew, I see your question in the comments. Hang tight. We'll get to it. But this is a great segue into our Twitter poll of the week. Here we go. Twitter poll of the week. Is it time to panic? Yes or no? Simple question. It was emotional online, especially on Twitter, after this loss. This was really the question that needed to be asked. It's pretty simple. Is it time to panic? Yes or no? I think we have Barry and Kevin already saying no, it's not time to panic. You erase the drops in Baker's completing 87% of his passes. There's there's a lot of things to look at here. It might be a different question is it time to panic in the wide receiver room? Maybe, but here we go. Here was the results. Norman says, okay, please stop the panic about Baker. Roger says no. Kevin, what do you think the Twitter poll results were? We like to play this game. Before I show them, what do you think the results were?
Oh, boy. For some reason, I want to say that people went yes, but it was a much closer vote, maybe like 54 to 46%, something like that. One way or the other, but I'll say that the winner of the poll was yes, even though we are trying to bring a reality check saying no.
Barry, what do you think? Brown's Twitter, you think it's time to panic? Think that's what's won?
I got concerned.
All right.
I mean, we're all concerned, right?
Here's the results. 58.9% of voters said it is, in fact, time to panic. Only 41.1% said no. I would imagine I'm not on some of the other sites as much as I am Twitter, but I would imagine the sentiment is probably pretty much the same across all social media platforms from what little I did see on Facebook. All right. So that was the Twitter poll of the week. Check out our Twitter every week. We hold a poll and then discuss it through the live show. Norman says most plays work, but execution and consistency is the issue. You have a point there, Justin. Time to be concerned. All right, I'm going to go back to Andrew Chamberlain's question here. Do you guys see Baker continuing to be a starting QB in the NFL with the Browns or another team? Is it almost to the point where Baker is headed out the door and a QB carousel happens again for the Browns? Now, Andrew is a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan. Andrew's a cousin of mine, so I know this. So this is an interesting question because this is things that people outside of our local and regional media are asking. So if you ask the average person outside of the state of Ohio, this is kind of where people are coming from, and this is where the national media points them to. For those close to the Browns or fans, we're all pretty aware that Baker, it would take a lot to run Baker out of town at this point. We're still interested in signing him to a contract reportedly in the mid to upper 30s per year. This is a team that's committed to Baker. When you look at the criticism of Baker and outside sentiments nationwide and from the national media, I think you lose a lot of context. I think it's a complex situation in Cleveland, and not everybody is going to get a full grasp of that. Kevin, am I making any sense here? Am I on the right track?
You're on the right track. We all know that there's the certain personalities in the national media that they're kind of like Brown's Twitter. They're either all about Baker or they can't stand Baker, so they're going to find anything and everything to fit their narrative to try to tear the guy down publicly and in any sort of form of media fashion that they can. Now, if there was ever a town that could run someone out of town before it was, before they should be ran out of town or before they should go, it would be the city of Cleveland. I mean, we've seen it often, but the power that even our local media can have in that regard. Now, they've ran people out of town that should have gone out of town, but there's so much angst, and this is such a polarizing conversation, and Baker in general is polarizing, that if anything, this town could run him out of town. We're not even anywhere close to that, guys. I don't know. I don't know what to tell people. Baker Mayfield's going to be your starting quarterback for the next couple of years at least. So you might as well get used to it and just, take it or just shut the hell up. I don't know. One of the two.
I apologize for my technical difficulties, but I also got to bring in the other half of the Voice of the Land podcast. Always positive, Jay.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
I told you it'd be a show, Kevin. We're about to have some fun now.
Yeah.
I leave for 2 seconds, fall down the stairs, I think. No, I just had computer issues. So Where do we leave off at with the Twitter poll?
We did the Twitter poll of the week. We went over the results. We addressed a question from an outside Cleveland perspective, a national media perspective. We had somebody ask about Baker and if he has a future with the Browns or with somebody else, like where he stands. So we addressed that. We decided, as Norman said here, context is everything. It's a complex situation. The national media would love for you to believe that we are on the brink of some sort of QB carousel, but that's just not the case. They still intend to pay the man and keep him around for a while. Really, I don't know, Jared, it's about 8:30. Should we go to our dogs of the week?
Yeah, let's go to our dogs of the week and let's open it up for everybody. If everyone wants to stick around, is that okay?
Absolutely. I'm gonna roll the dogs of the week, and I'll put the link in the comments. All right, you got this?
Let's do it.
All right.
Our dogs of the week is brought to you by City Dogs of Cleveland and, well, pretty much City Dogs of Cleveland. Sorry, I got thrown off for a second because somebody's chocolate. He left me. It's okay. So, our dog of the week this week from City Dogs of Cleveland is Bones. Bones is a mid-sized, beefy boy, around 57 pounds. God, look at that face. How can you not say no to that face? Loves people. Last weekend attended the Marathon Expo downtown and met a million people and loved them all. This dog definitely needs adopted. My car manners were superb. Look at that. And also, you can get a hold of them at City Dogs of Cleveland on Twitter and Facebook. Also, 216-664-3476. They did have their adoption special in November or October, and I don't think it has rolled over until November yet. But please go check them out. If you can't get a hold of them there, get a hold of us here at the Dawgs Table. Get a hold of myself or Craig, and we will get you guys hooked up with the City Dogs of Cleveland.
Oh, by the way, hey. I forgot something. This is important. We were doing a giveaway with our Twitter poll of the week.
Oh, okay.
Can I jump right back to that, and then we'll get into our dogs of the week?
Go ahead. Let's do it.
Outstanding. The winner of the giveaway is going to be Redleg GI, friend of the show. He followed the instructions, and Redleg is going to win an autographed Anthony Schwartz rookie card, number 151 out of 349. It's serial numbered and autographed. It's authentic, and Redleg will get this in the mail to you. And we do giveaways often, so guys, pay attention to the Twitter polls. We like to throw random giveaways in here and there. And rumor has it we'll be giving stuff away at a live show coming up soon. We're not going to say where yet or when, but keep an ear out. So stay tuned for that. All right. Dog of the week.
All right.
This is a tough one, right? This is a tough one. Dogs of the week this week are really tough. Jay, you just joined the conversation. So every week we do our City Dogs of Cleveland Dog of the Week, and then we each choose an offensive and defensive Dog of the Week. Who would you choose this week as your offensive Dog of the Week?
The only dude that scored a touchdown, Dearness Johnson. Even though he was only rewarded for 4 carries, he had a 5.5 average and made one of them a touchdown. I still can't believe he only got 4 carries, but everybody else in the offense didn't do much.
All right. So the Twitter handle to look for, guys, is at Dawgs Table on Twitter. And you can find our links. We have a link for our website on YouTube and Facebook. Actually, in the description of this video, there's links to all of our profiles and everywhere you can find us. So check it out. Barry, who is your offensive Dog of the Week?
Probably the only offensive playmaker that played his ass off, Baker Mayfield.
All right. There you go. Kevin?
I hate to agree all the time with my compatriot from the voice of the land, but I mean, you only got to score a touchdown. I'm sorry. Like, the only guy that I really recognized, I mean, Baker definitely could have had a better looking stat line with some of the drops out there, but Dearness Johnson has just been he's been that stabilizing force for that running back room going under so many injuries.
Fatty, who are you going with?
My offensive dog of the week is the Steelers kicker, Brian Boswell. Anybody that can try to throw a pass and get completely annihilated, I'm going with that guy because nobody on our office deserves a dog of the week.
He didn't get annihilated. Somebody breathed on him.
Oh,
a little too hard.
He got annihilated.
All right. I don't know how this is going to work with all of us on the screen. Let's see if it'll work here. All right. Baker Mayfield, 20 of 31, 225. No touchdowns and no interceptions. But like I said earlier, you take the drops out of the equation. He's completing 9 out of 10 passes. I think he played pretty well. I think everybody made him look pretty bad this week. So that's who
I don't know about that.
What's that?
I don't know about that. I went back and I watched this game, and I've told you, like, I sit way up high, so he's missing wide open receivers a lot of times, dude. A lot.
I'm with you. I'm not saying that he's not missing guys that are open, but if it hits you in both hands and goes through your hands and hits you in the chest, you take those out of the equation. His passes, his targets are on point. They still got to reel him in. I can think of at least 4 off the top of my head that should have been caught. Then you have the Odell Beckham Jr. one near the end zone. That one's a little more iffy, but it hit. But there was too many passes that should have been caught. I'm putting the blame more on the receiving core. Chris Spann says Hooper's his dog of the week. Congratulations. Yeah, Schwartz. It'd be nice to see him. The problem is this guy should be able to get yards after the catch. He dances too much on kickoff returns. He's horizontal, too horizontal. You got to go for it. You got to go vertical. If it hits you in the hands, you got to catch it. Peyton Manning even said that on Monday Night Football. 100% Manning. Appreciate you tuning in. What were you going to say, Barry?
I was sitting there beside you when Schwartz was dancing. I was screaming at him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where was my invite to this party?
That's
what I want to know.
It didn't come in the mail?
No, not even close.
Oh.
It's an open invite. Anybody that has my address can show up any Sunday during a Browns game.
I showed up at halftime.
I'm jealous.
All right. Defensive dog of the week. Who do we got? Let's go backwards this time. Fatty, who you got?
I got Gregory Newsome. That kid balled out, made a couple stops, and his third down stop, even though he got beat, the guy caught it. For him to trail and catch that guy and bring him down to the ground the way he did, I got to go. And I'm sorry, low-hanging fruit, Myles Garrett, because Myles Garrett's going to do what he does. But Greg Newsome there, he deserves the dog of the week. He played great.
All right. And Kevin, who are you going with?
Go Anthony Walker. He just seems to be a guy that can get in the tackle boxes and try to help in that run game. Defense played pretty well. You only give up 15 points. You better win the game. So my biggest issue with the defense right now is the fact that when teams score, it comes down to, that second half or the fourth quarter, especially, teams are still finding a way to have success. When you allow the Denver Broncos to score 14 on you, but in bunches and go on long drives on you, and you let the Steelers team that had nothing in the first half keep going. And can we please get a stop? Even if your offense is sputtering, once they score a touchdown, can we please keep the other team to 3 and out right after and then allow your offense to go back on? Look what the Steelers did when their defense did that to the Browns. They score a touchdown, Browns go 3 and out, and Steelers come right back and they're scoring points. So that's the most frustrating part about the defense right now.
All right, they're doing that with Hayden and Schobert. Barry, what are you thinking here? Who's your defensive dog of the week?
I'm with Fatty on Newsome.
All right.
That
Jay.
kid, I really like him. I'm really liking him. I like him better than Ward. I told you that at your house.
Jay, what do you think?
That's three of us, man. Newsome played a hell of a game. And Kevin, I actually ripped Anthony Walker during our show. I was just pretty mad at him, to be honest with you. He missed a nice key tackle. And if your running back is just shredding you for third downs at the end of a game, I usually put that on all the linebackers, to be honest.
I mean, you got to put that on the defensive front, though, too, Jay. You can't give them a pass. And I don't give Myles Garrett a pass at all. I don't care if he's leading the league in sacks. You go into the game and you're wearing that stupid-ass Halloween costume, and then you get your ass beat. That is absolutely ridiculous from a leader on your team. And he should be the one you're calling out, not a guy like Anthony Walker, because he's got to now clean up the mess from the initial line of the defense, a defensive front that's supposed to be so good.
You know, I'm going with Newsome also, because and Barry and I were talking about this while we were watching the game. Newsome is probably going to be the best corner on this team, and you know, it's we're not very far into his career, but you know, it's one of those things where this draft pick is looking to be better and better and better every day. To think we got this guy and JOK, you know, who we're missing right now desperately. I think it's outstanding. I think Newsome is excellent. We have another guest that we're going to bring in. It is Red Leg GI. How's it going, buddy?
Hey, man, how are you guys doing? I was able to make it a little bit. Kids show went a little late, but here I am.
All right, and you won the Anthony Schwartz autograph card, so we'll be getting that in the mail to you. There you go.
Congratulations.
Well, heck yeah. Thanks, guys. Appreciate that. Man, I've been missing the show lately. Had a bunch of family stuff. So, man, show up and win. I can't beat it, right?
Greedy Norman says Greedy Williams is there, too.
Yes.
You know.
Hell of a game, too.
Yeah, and it's really – so let's talk scheme here. One of the main complaints I see – when I'm on social media, is right or wrong as social media usually is that we need to be playing more press, more man with the way our defense, the personnel is, and what our roster looks like. Jay, Kevin, you guys got thoughts on that?
I agreed with that. I said that earlier this week. With the teams are just throwing quick slants against us because they know we got a nice, good pass rush. So they're throwing underneath the defense all day. Why not man them up and press on these guys?
I mean, you can man up all you want, but if guys are just going to be running free in the secondary anyways, whether it's communication or just not staying on your P's and Q's, whether you're playing zone or man or whatever it is, it just seems like that communication just still has not found its rhythm. Again, you give up 15
if you're playing
points.
Man, communication's not as important, really, is it? You got to man your man up. It's one-on-one.
Communication and execution, where have you seen either one this year, Jay? Where have you seen execution from the secondary consistently enough from this secondary this season? Communication or execution, have you seen either one work together this year?
Newsome have been executing very well, I believe.
No, Newsome's gotten burned at times too, just like a rookie will.
Everybody gets burned, Kevin. No one is perfect in the secondary. There's a reason that massive
I think we're blowing a little bit on Newsome too much here because he shares in some of that fault too when he's been in the game. Greedy. Denzel Ward, supposed to be your number one cornerback, hasn't done much of anything this year. John Johnson III was supposed to be that young, intelligent, high football IQ guy, leader in the backfield, in center field. I haven't seen any of that consistently enough. I'm not, and this isn't just on the Pittsburgh game because 15 points, you should be able to go win that game. That's offensive issues. That's what it is. But there's still those holes in the defense where teams can exploit and then end up scoring 47 points on you while your offense is scoring 42. Nothing has come together at the same time this year, and I think that's the most frustrating part.
Kevin, let me ask you this.
Last question for Kevin, because Kevin's got to dip out after this.
All right. Sorry about that. Who played better, offense or defense?
Only give up 15 points. It's not an easy question, but you look at the scoreboard, and defense played a better game this week than the offense.
That's fair. Kevin, appreciate you joining the show and taking the time today. We love having you on.
By the way, check them out on Voice of Land podcast and on Big Play Network also. It was actually kind of nice here. I should have done Kevin's on fire tonight. I should have gave you the fireball and let you go to town, bud, because I could have just sat back and listened to that all day.
You know me. I mean,
I got all mine out. I got all of mine out of yesterday, Kevin. I'm not as mad today.
I know. It's been well enough since Sunday not being able to be on the show, but sometimes life comes at you, and family comes first. So that's where priorities lie, and that's where I gotta head off to right now. So I appreciate you guys having me on always, and I'll talk to you guys soon.
Love you, Kevin. Have a good night, bud.
You too.
Later, bud.
All right, guys, I got to bail too.
All right.
Later, buddy.
All right.
And then there was 4.
Hey.
All right.
I'm so glad that I could get Kevin on for a little bit to just, he needed to get his mind off of a few things and just air stuff out. And I'm so glad he did, because we know how Kevin is, and Kevin is normally like I wouldn't even say straight laced. He is just professional. He is that professional. And to see him this worked up over the Browns team right now lets you know where they're at right now. Like that's where I'm at. Like I'm just sitting there watching it going, oh, I'm loving every bit of this.
That pretty much was me the day after you saw it. I was holding back. I don't know if you guys swear on here ever, really, but we don't on ours. And I just have to stop. And I'm like, just boiling up. I'm like, I gotta hold it in.
Hey, you know what the best thing is, though? Craig, during the show, he goes, are we taking a break yet? I need a break. We're only 10 minutes into the conversation. I need a break. Break it. Peter, break it. I can't talk about this anymore.
Well, that's funny.
And I did have nightmares of third down.
Down.
We had dreams of that. I'm like, dude, oh my God, stop these guys, please.
All right. So I have 3 tweets that I'm going to pull up. I want to get your reactions from. All right.
Is one of them Dwayne Bowe? Tell me.
Reactions to tweets are always great.
All right. So one we already kind of went over. We didn't save it as long as we wanted to. But here we go. This is the king himself. OBJ will show again why he's special. Wide receiver 1, free OBJ. Can
you guys explain to me, why is everyone mad about that?
All right. So
before you say, like, when I read that, the first thing I see is like, he's just like, all right, don't worry, guys. He'll get there. He'll be fine. It's not. I don't think that's anything against the Browns, or just let him be free. Go out there and play. Be OBJ. I don't think he was saying it was intentions for the Browns to trade him. If you get what I'm saying.
No. I get what, I'll take over this. I get what you're saying. Always positive, Jay. You're being positive about it, but it looks bad because it divides the team. You have right now, our team is completely divided with Baker and with Odell. And that's where our team lies right now. That's the line in the sand. As who's on Odell's side, who's on Baker's side. And that's where we're at. And to have LeBron James, of all people, come out not being a Browns fan, let's be honest. He's not a Browns fan. He doesn't care about the Browns.
No.
But to come out and back up OBJ, it's like throwing salt at your quarterback.
It's number 1, a good friend. They're good friends. I think that's well documented. Number 2,
like Baker, Odell, or not?
Huh?
Yeah.
Not like LeBron and OBJ. The timing of this also is suspect, considering that Beckham Sr. launched that video on Instagram today. I think when you put it all together, it looks like he's just stirring the pot. He's just starting shit. LeBron is a Browns fan in the sense that Joe Hayden was an Indians fan. I don't know. He's a well-documented Dallas Cowboys fan.
Yes.
Hold on. Of all the people in this room, who likes LeBron James? Honest to God.
I could care
I'm the only one. I'm the only one. Do you see what I'm saying? Like,
I'm relatively.
I don't think any of you guys like.
I'm not really a basketball fan.
But
yeah,
me too. Yep, that's my problem.
Hey,
see that? Now I'm of the perspective, like, I love LeBron. I'm a huge basketball fan, And as far as I'm concerned, the dude's got the only championship we've ever had. But and nothing against you guys. You're entitled to your opinion. Don't get me wrong. But the people that don't like LeBron are going to see it the way you guys see it. And the people that like LeBron are going to see it the way I see it. It's like, maybe it's a message to the coach, like, get this dude the ball. But I do see your point. Don't get me wrong. I totally can see where you guys are coming from.
Well, if this was tweeted at a different time.
Saying, but the timing of it. How many hours?
I don't want him saying it. Don't get me wrong. I don't think it's good by any means. But it didn't, like, I've seen a lot of people, like, they got, like, really pissed off about it. I'm like, I just don't think it's as big as a deal. They need to. The bigger deal is what's going on inside that locker room, not what LeBron's tweeting.
All right, let's go.
All right, Jeff Lloyd. The Browns are paying $42 million to 2 wide receivers and a tight end. What they're getting for their money is, in 16 games combined, 51 receptions for 583 yards and 1 touchdown combined, 32 rushing yards and a touchdown. Something needs to improve, or that is going to be the end of the trio. Is this $42 million well spent? Jay, what do you
Jarvis Landry, I think, is well spent.
Yeah.
The other two, not so much.
No.
I mean, I think part of the problem.
Hooper's a really expensive blocking tight end, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I mean, I think part of the problem is I don't think OBJ is back yet. I mean, you just see him; he's not who he was. I think he's still. The first game back, he said, he's trying to find his feet figuratively, not physically. But I think he's still struggling with that. Same thing with Hooper, man. Bryant was doing amazing, and Njoku had a great game. I mean, if they're targeting him, that's it's starting to play out a different story for the money we're paying here. So
yeah, but we didn't bring in Hooper to be a blocking tight end. That's the thing. You're paying him to catch the ball, and you know something? This is why this show is drop balls.
Dropping the ball.
The ball. I'm sorry. We're past the stage of puberty, right? Okay. No, I'm just saying though. I mean, I understand the pass to Hooper was a little bit high, a little bit out of his range. Still in the catch radius that he should have caught that ball. Granted, touch needed to be there for Baker. It is unreal, the drops and everything else that is going on with these wide receivers.
Yeah.
The two things that will drive me insane in a game is holding penalties and drop passes. Like, I'll go berserk when I see too many of those things. They're unnecessary, dude. You're getting paid millions of dollars, and your job is to catch the ball. If you can't catch the ball, you got to go. And if you're at a job and you're getting paid a lot of money and you're not doing your job, what happens to you? They find someone else that is going to do your job.
Ed, I'm not a huge basketball fan, but when I do see Kevin Love play, and when I first started seeing Kevin Love play, if I'm in a room of guys that are watching a Cavs game and Kevin Love is playing, I immediately think that guy's loafing. All right, and I don't know anything about basketball. I just know. I don't know. $30 million for Jarvis and OBJ. What's the better deal? Give Jarvis $30 million. Forget OBJ.
Yeah, Jarvis. Give it all to Jarvis.
Right.
First off, Craig, we talked about this in your car about Kevin Love. You cannot bring it up on this show. This is the Dawgs Table. This is football. We cannot talk about Kevin Love on this show.
Tell me that guy gives 100%. That's
Kevin Love?
Yeah.
No. God, no. Not even I can stick up for that guy right now.
And I'm talking about since the beginning, all right? Because, I've only ever paid attention to the NBA for DFS purposes. I like playing DFS, daily fantasy sports, okay? So I would actually bet money, and I was actually relatively successful on betting on the NBA because I have no emotion. I don't have a favorite team. I don't have a favorite player. I look at the spreadsheets, look at things, and I can make educated decisions. Occasionally, I would flip on a game, and I'd watch Kevin Love, and I'd be like, that guy is not trying. You can just tell he's not trying. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know anything about basketball. All right.
I mean, I don't know if you guys covered this or not. Did you guys talk about some of the videos showing up with the OBJ's body language in some of the videos?
Yeah.
Did you guys talk about that? Okay.
I saw that. It's pretty. So we've talked about this in the past because body language is really tough when you have guys like Odell.
And they're hurt.
Yeah.
You got to take the fact that he's going through pain right now, too.
So I feel like without the context, I would be irritated with Odell's body language. At the same time, you have guys that are just as passionate, but they're not Odell, like Jarvis. If Jarvis behaved the same way as Odell, Jarvis is passionate, Odell's a diva. All right? It's all contextual if you're looking in from the outside. I think we know better as Browns fans. It doesn't look good, but I don't know if I'm reading a ton into it.
Look from the videos, from the screenshots, it looks like frustration. It's not. God, I'm gonna brain fart here, but it's frustration. But it's just, I don't think he's giving up. It's just I think he wants so much more, and it's just not happening.
With that being said, in the big one the big clip that was going around was when Baker was going out of bounds into the bench.
Oh yeah,
and you had 30 guys that were jumping up and down and helping him up and getting excited, and Baker's getting pumped, and Odell's the only guy walking with his head down to the sideline, throwing his hands up in the air. I don't know what to make of that. I'm not going to jump to any conclusions. So, thoughts, Jay?
Like you said, I don't like to do the same. I don't like jumping to conclusions because, if you're in pain, you're going to be in a bad mood, dude. It's like if you're walking around in pain, you don't want to high five people. Like, I'm just trying to do my job, maybe. Or I could be completely wrong, and he could be just pissed off at everybody. Like, so I don't like when you assume, you make an ass out of me and you. But who knows? Like, I don't try to bite into that. I think people dig in for stuff, to be honest. And like when Baker came running down the sideline and like fist pumped and he moved, like, I don't know, I probably would have moved too. I ain't trying to get punched by that dude. He was pumped up.
Well, it was go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
No, the other thing is he's trying to get his team fired up. At that point in time, I understand where Odell was at. I understand where everybody else was at. He was trying to be a leader for his team after taking a late hit, going underneath the seats over there. And then coming back out, getting the first down, he's trying to pump up his team, saying, guys, I got this. We got this. Let's do this. And that's why he did it. And people look at that as a whole different thing of thinking that it is arrogant and flamboyant.
No. I love
that is a leadership.
No, that was only Aaron Goldhammer that said that, by the way.
That is a leadership thing for your team because that quarterback is hurt. He's hurt. And for him to fly up like that, throw the first down and say, let's go, boys, get back in the huddle, that is the leader you need on this team.
Yep.
At the same time, let's say Odell is frustrated. I've been on football teams where I've run routes and I've been open and just getting deep and running routes and running routes and running routes. And no one throws me the ball ever for some weird reason. Dude, that is like the most frustrating thing in the world as a wide receiver is when you got your dude beat and you ain't getting the ball. But I don't drop it like Odell when I get to get the ball.
I say it's kind of funny in the stands there. Like we all were like yelling and we thought he got a late hit, and then I heard a bunch of yelling. We thought, I'll find a flag or something, and I didn't find out until like Monday that he actually came out and did that. But man, the stadium went nuts, just cheering. And man, if that doesn't fire you up, man, I don't know what the hell will.
I was proud of that crowd, man. We were all fired up there. That was a good crowd.
Yeah, it was loud.
Everybody was fired up. It sounded amazing. Like when you're sitting there in the dog pound and you got Jarvis and 3 offensive linemen going, guys, calm the shit down over here. All right. You need to bring it back a little bit. Like that crowd was rocking.
All right. So this is kind of hard to see, but most drop passes in the NFL. We have Carolina's number 1 with 20. The Browns are down here with 10, which I'm struggling to buy into because I feel
it could have been more.
But
if you look at we're only 4 for number 3. So it's such a tight margin. It's kind of a little misleading.
Well, and also if you factor in the 7 drop passes this game. for Cleveland. If you would add those to actual completions to Baker Mayfield's, yeah, he would have been what
87%.
87%. Yeah, so let's go with that.
All right, so here's the last tweet we're going to react to. Dan Orlovsky. Reality is Baker did more than enough to lead a game-winning drive, and this was in response to when he was quoted by Get Up ESPN. Everybody around Baker let him down yesterday. Jay, I know you disagree with this because I brought this up earlier. What are your thoughts here?
I'm sorry, I was zoned out for a second.
Everybody around Baker let him down yesterday. Reality is Baker did more than enough to lead a game-winning drive.
All right, you win as a team, you lose as a team. It's that simple, honestly. I'm a strong believer in that. Like, could he have thrown a better pass and maybe a little earlier to Odell? Sure. Could Odell have caught that and really sold out? Sure. But could have Stefanski have called better plays down at the end? Sure. Like I said, you win as a team, you lose as a team.
Red leg.
I mean, you look. I think Baker had a good game. I mean, I don't think so. I think he had a good game. You look at Jarvis's drop or the fumble as probably the final defining thing of the game. He catches that. Presumably, we go to the touchdown. Defense comes out, 3 out in Pittsburgh, and that's a totally different story. I mean, the game came down to 2 or 3 plays. Literally, it was that close. But yeah, I mean, win a team, lose a team. The fact that Brown's Twitter went nuts, Sunday night, it's going nuts Monday, and it's still not recovered today, and everyone's blaming everyone for everything. It's just like it shows you that it was a team loss. You can't just point one finger.
Guys, just blame me. Yeah. I'll take the blame. It's not me this time. Leave these poor Browns alone.
I will too, man. And the whole venom right now is just wild. Like, dude, it's our team. Yes, it happens. But look, you're all complaining about everything. It tells you it's a team loss. I mean, defense played great. Offense could have been better.
Defense played great, but they gave a touchdown at the end. So it's like I said, it's blame all across the board.
I think one big improvement. I know I missed the portion already. I really liked about this week with the defense was the just basic tackling. It was like they were tackling dudes, and that was just such a big improvement over the last 3, 4, 5 weeks. Where it's just they're just missing arm tackles and just flying down the field 5-10 yards. So, but yeah.
All right. Before we get to Fatty's on Fire, we're gonna scoot through some of this stuff pretty quick because we haven't even talked about this week's game coming up. The AFC North is tight, and surprisingly, and I don't know if anybody would have predicted this, even just a few weeks ago, but the Cincinnati Bengals are 5-3. They are only trailing the Baltimore Ravens, who are 5-2 for first in the AFC North. And then, of course, you have the Pittsburgh Steelers at 4-3, the Browns at 4-4, 8 games in. We're all 500 or better, and really there's only a week and a half that separates this division. What do you guys think of the outlook of the AFC North? And what are your thoughts moving forward as far as like last week was our first divisional game. We have a lot of divisional games to play. We have 3 more games, then we have a Baltimore game, a bye week, and a Baltimore game. And at that point, we'll be halfway through our divisional slate. Red Light, what do you think?
I think we got Cincinnati Sunday. I think we're gonna have a tough loss. We're gonna be motivated. The Ravens game, the back-to-back thing. That's kind of weird. If we can't get it together, I think we split them. Maybe if we're lucky, we get both. If we go terrible, we're gonna lose both. But we got potential. If we can get it to gel and play that complementary football, we're gonna win games. As soon as they find that, they get their heads out of their butts and work together, we'll be fine.
All right. Jared, Fatty, what do you think?
I think right now, even though Cincinnati lost to the Jets, Cincinnati is the team next up. And that's scary as shit for me to say because right now they've got their wide receiver. They got a defense now, which they never had before. Mixon for running back. They're a scary team. And something, they might not win it this year, but they're set up here for the next few years to go against us. Now, Steelers are not. Baltimore, I'm still not sure about Baltimore, even though they've won it the past few years. They have no running back besides Lamar Jackson. So it's going to be, I think here in the next few years, it's going to be Cleveland and Cincinnati division.
This was about the time last year we got our shit together, right? And that was without Odell, just to be clear.
Well, yeah, this was our bye week.
Okay.
This was our bye week
right.
without Odell. This is when Stefanski sat down Baker, and Baker came out and threw, what was it, 16 touchdowns to 1 interception?
Yeah. Jay, any thoughts about this division?
Well, right now I'm pissed off because we're in last place, and I'm frankly sick of being in last place already. But, yeah, I'm with him, Fatty. I think Cincinnati and Cleveland should be running this thing for a while, to be honest. But I mean, Baltimore's gonna be right there, dude. They're a good team. Their defense is coming around, and anytime you have Lamar Jackson, you got a chance to win any game. And honestly, I think this division is going to come down to like the last 2 weeks to see who's going to be the winner of it.
Well, let's get through the offensive keys of the game, defensive, and our actual predictions for the game. Let's
just go straight to the predictions.
No. Come on.
Are you sure?
Yeah, why not? We got time. It's our show. We can do whatever the hell we want.
All right. Offensive key to the game, Nick Chubb, and this is the key word here. Listen closely. Plus Dearness Johnson. That's my offensive key to the game.
Yep.
I'm right there with you, dude. I was literally going to say the exact same thing. Like, give Dearness Johnson more opportunities that he earned, rightfully so. Still pissed that they didn't give him 4 carries. Are you kidding me?
My offensive key of the game is for once a pass past 30 yards. I need to see at least 5 passes past 30 yards this game. Red leg?
Heck yeah, I agree. It's a 1-2 punch where they're running it that wears them down, and the fourth quarter is just the running ham. Yeah, we didn't do this week, and it showed. We need to wear them down all game. I mean, we have 3 RB1s, and we still have 2 that are active. We need to use them. That's what we need to do, grind them down.
Do you guys think that they could beat teams if they just literally ran the ball every single time almost?
Yes.
Like 80%?
Yeah.
So
yes.
I don't think I'd love them just go, all right, the opposing team's going to try to stop our run, and we're going to say, F you, we're doing it anyways. And then just run all over them, dude. Just,
I mean, it's
that'd be the worst. Do you want to go play a guy that's going to pass all over the field and give you opportunities to intercept it, or do you want to play a team that's going to like just literally just physically impose their will on you? I'd rather go against a passing team like Mahomes than a team that's just going to manhandle me a whole entire game.
I tell you what, if we it's gonna sound really crazy, but if we set up our offense a little bit more like Lamar Jackson, where he's just got that mobility, somehow use our running backs in that manner, oh, dude, we'll just blaze them because we already have 2 running backs for that. Like, they're so good. They are good. They grind people down, and with that grinding leads to just victory for us. It's what we've been doing, and the analysts have been talking about. Oh, they have such a good ground game, such a ground game. And what do we do this week? We don't play a ground game with a dude who's, a backup, but should be an RB1 in the other team. And Nick Chubb.
All right. Defensive key to the game. Fatty, why don't you lead us off?
You guys stop Joe Mixon. No matter what he does, I don't care because obviously Najee Harris tore you up in the Pittsburgh game. You can stop Joe Mixon from the screen game, from everything else. I think that will take down this offense because that leads to deep passes that your corners can cover. And we'll see about your safeties. But I think shutting down Joe Mixon will help out a lot.
All right, Red Leg, what do you think?
God, man, I'm going to say it. I want Mac Wilson to have the game of his life. I want him to be off the field. I want him to do what he was doing when Joe Schobert's here and play his heart out and just have an impact that just changes everything. I mean, I know it's been part of the scheme. He can't do it by himself, but, man, just hard up football. Hard up defensive football. Let's get him stopped. That's what we got to do.
All right. I think Jamar Chase is going to be the key here because Jamar Chase. All right. So let's listen to the league leading receivers here on yards. Cooper Kupp, 63 catches, 924 and 10 touchdowns. That's historic pace right there. Fine. Deebo Samuel, 44 for 819 and 4. Jamar Chase, only 38 receptions, 786 and 7. Devontae Adams, 52, 744 and 3. This guy is a big play threat. And when the ball is in his hands, he scores. Jamar Chase is the complement to the run game that the Bengals need to be successful. And he's making Joe Burrow look really good. I'm not saying Joe Burrow's not good without him, but I'm saying like Jamar Chase is a difference maker even as a rookie for this team. You take away Jamar Chase, and I think they struggle a little bit. So he's ahead of Tyreek Hill, Chris Godwin, DJ Moore, CeeDee Lamb, all these guys. The
Jets just proved your point.
Yeah. Absolutely, 100%. But it's amazing how much productions he's had out of nearly half the receptions Cooper Kupp has had. It's crazy. So he doesn't need a lot of targets his way. He's just really efficient and makes it happen when he does get the ball. So I'm going to say Jamar Chase. Jay?
You're going to have to force multiple turnovers this time.
All right.
Not one, not two, but maybe even 3 turnovers because our offense ain't humming right now, and that team can score in bunches.
All right, let's go to predictions. And, this is going to be a tough one. Jay, are you a betting man?
No, I've never bet on a game in my life.
What about you, Redleg?
Never in a football game or any kind of sports.
Okay. All right.
I understand how to bet. I just never done it because we live in Ohio. We're not allowed to do those fun
Fair
things.
enough. What do you think the line is?
Oh, if I was guessing,
Yeah, you had to guess what the line is.
Cincinnati by 6.
Redleg?
I don't know, man.
Jared?
Cincinnati by 3.
It is Cincinnati by 3. The over-under is 46 as of now. Jared, who are you taking?
Sir.
And are we going to have the over or the under?
Oh, what was the over under?
46. That's an implied score of
this is hard. I'm going to go under. The only reason why is because on Legal Ham, I picked the Browns. On this one, I'm going to be completely honest.
You're not honest on Illegal Ham?
No.
Okay,
You liar.
No, not even close.
I'll never watch again.
I'm closing
Everything's
it.
been a lie this whole time.
Hold
My
on.
God.
So Legal Ham,
Travesty, dude. I thought the Browns game was bad.
on Illegal Ham, I picked the Browns to win 23-20. But after everything that has happened this week, I think it's a coin flip. I think it can go either way, either 23-20 Browns or 23-20 Cincy. I think it's going to be a close game, and I think it comes down to a field goal at the end.
All right. So, Redleg, what do you think?
I'll take that too. I'll take Browns 31, Bengals 28 with a Chase McLaughlin field goal at the end for the win. McLaughlin is such a weapon. He's always out in the field practicing, even between plays. It's going to be close. So,
Hey, what do you think?
Well, everything seems like all doom and gloom. And just like Cleveland, just because everything seems down, Browns win big 34-21. It's dude, when things are going bad, things go great on the game. And then when you think you're having a great week, we suck.
yeah, I mean, if they harvest it, yeah, let's go.
History's on our side. I believe only once have we dropped 2 in a row under Stefanski. Granted,
Yep,
it's this year.
Dude.
But
Let's go!
After that streak of opening day losses, I think that there is something to be said for history repeats itself. I really want to pick the Browns to win this one, but
Do it.
it's going to be Cleveland 17, Cincinnati 21. I'm sorry. I can't do it. Can't do
You want
it.
to make a friendly bet on this game? Jared loves when I make bets.
Depends on how friendly.
I put it back on for you again to torture you.
And guess what?
I literally just changed before I came on. I'm gonna go throw that shirt on one more time. So the spread's 3, you said, right?
Yes.
Spread's 3.
You want to take the Bengals with the points? Winner buys a JVR t-shirt?
No, I don't want to.
All right.
All right, Bengals with the points.
Hey, at least I was man enough to buy him a shirt. I lost.
That's the one he's wearing, right? The one I handed to him at the tailgate.
Yeah.
All right.
We're feeling,
you got me thinking now.
Philanthropic here.
Hey man, you picked him to lose, bro.
Bengals with
put your
the
money
points.
where your mouth is.
So we're playing against the spread. All right. I'll take that bet.
All right.
GVR shirt. T-shirt.
Yep. Your choice.
Right.
Winner's choice.
Winner's choice. All right. Sounds good. I'll take that bet.
Hey, JVR, just if you're watching, these guys can use some more sponsors.
We could. We do need somebody to sponsor our Twitter pool. We have a wonderful community here. We have Big Play. We're on the Big Play Network along with Jay at the Voice of the Land podcast. We're presented by Labatt Blue. We're part of the City Dogs of Cleveland family. GVR work. Come on. Let's go.
There we go.
But, need some gear.
We do need some gear.
You know, they need some Charlie Hewlett stuff. Let me tell you.
Also, though, some sad news. I don't know if it's sad or not. You guys tell me if it's sad. Today is, here we go. We got some news, and it is R.I.P. Johnny Stanton.
Oh, no.
We didn't even talk about this yet today.
No.
Yep.
When did they do that? Why did they do that?
Miss Justice reported this at 2:39 p.m.
No.
And Johnny Stanton is no longer a Cleveland Brown, unfortunately.
No.
So
he caught a touchdown. We need to keep.
He did catch a touchdown. He was one catch, 1 target, 1 yard, 1 touchdown. That was the stat line the other week.
It counts.
It's got to be Janovich is coming back this week.
Yeah. That's got to be it.
That's got to be it. It sucks, but come on. I like Stanton. I've been following since on the practice squad here, and these dudes just sucks.
Have you ever seen the picture of Janovich's hunting pictures?
No.
I'm not going to argue about this. That dude scares me. He can come back. Never mind. We'll see you later, Johnny. I saw what you do to your gear after you're done.
All right, Fatty. Are you ready for Fatty's on fire?
Let's let all these guys on. Let's do it.
All right, let's go. Fatty is on fire. Here we go.
All right. So first off, second one, because it's been a rough week. All right. This week's Fatty is on fire. First off, hearing everything that has come out about OBJ being wide open, guess what, bro? I don't give a shit if you're wide open. If you can't catch the ball, you don't mean anything. There was 3 4th down conversions that hit you in the hands, and guess what? They're like Purell, but man, they're like Purell. 99%, man. You didn't catch shit. All right, next one. Landry, we paid you money. We paid you money. See, this is what. All right, I love it. I can't help it. All right,
I got to mute myself.
All right, Landry. 4th and 12. Ball hit you in the hands and you dropped it. Hooper, walk-in touchdown, hit you in the hands. You dropped it. I'm tired of these drops. Next thing I'm tired of, Coach Kevin Stefanski. I am tired of watching a first down play and watching Baker be 5 wide with 9 wide receivers. This is unreal what you're doing to this kid. You have one star running back coming back, and you cannot give him the damn ball to get him 3 yards. I don't give a shit what they're showing you on defense. Nick Chubb has shown you with a shit offensive line that he can break a 60-yard touchdown run. Can he not? Check, checkmate. All right. Now, let's get into the beef of it. Joe Woods. If I got to watch another 3rd down and 9 and you play a bullshit soft zone, I'm done with you. Play man up with these fucking quarterbacks. Play straight up with your safeties and let Myles Garrett and this defensive line eat. Every time I watch a 3rd down that is supposed to be a key moment in this game, I watch you play a soft zone, I watch a little baby slant, and I watch 10 yards, 1st down. And bring Jay back in here. I don't care if he's here or not. Bring Jay back in here. Jay, guess what?
Yo.
Know what I hear when I hear the it's 3rd down? You know what I hear on our defense? 1st down and 10. That's what I hear on our defense. Our defense and our coaching has got to stop the crucial moments in these games. The crucial moments are the 3rd downs on each side of the ball. You got to stop it, because if you don't, this team is not going to win. And that's Fatty's on fire.
All right, there you have it. Fatty is on fire. Norman, yes, Johnny Stanton was released. R.I.P. Johnny Stanton. All right, so does anybody have anything they want to bring to the Dawgs Table before we jump out of here? Who do we got here? What's happening?
Hello, hey, what's up?
How's it going? What's your name?
My name's Ron. First time, not, very knowledgeable with, computers, whatever, but I just decided to join. How you guys doing?
Awesome. Thank you for joining.
Hi, Ron.
Hey, what's happening? Nice to be here, man. I never did this before. This looks pretty cool.
It is pretty fun. You'll have to join us. We're live every Tuesday at 8. We're getting ready to wrap up the show. Any questions or comments or anything you want to bring to the table before we wrap up here?
Yeah,
Hey, I actually got to go.
Okay, we'll see
But
you,
it's been
Jay.
fun, guys. I'll see you when I see you.
All right, we'll see you, Jay.
Have my shirt ready.
All right. All right, what do we got, Ron?
I just want to see the Browns win Sunday. I think that will make, us feel a lot better, much better, and a win with confidence.
Yeah. Yep.
That's what I'd like to close out with, because just like, the rest of us, I'm very upset what's been going on with the Browns, and there's a lot of finger pointing. A lot of it's, deserved, but we just need to come out with a win and get back to where we were on form last year.
Love it.
Or when we win 3 games in a row.
Love it. I'm with you 100%. We need to get the momentum back. We need to get the confidence back. The next 3 to 4 games is a crucial stretch to, really get the season going in the right direction, because the last quarter of the season is no easier than the first. We had a pretty tough go first 4 or 5 games, and it's not getting any easier. We have these next 3 to 4 games to straighten this out, or else it could go really, really south. But Ron, appreciate you joining the show.
Hey.
We're going to absolutely tune in every Tuesday. Come on the show again, talk with us. We're over about almost 30 minutes today, so we are going to close it out, but appreciate you coming on. Join us again. Redleg, appreciate you coming on. And make sure I have your address.
Yep.
DM it to me so I can get you this Anthony Schwartz autograph rookie card to you.
Excited.
And Fatty, take us out.
Yeah, this setup looks awesome, you guys.
Thank
What's
you.
that? Have a good
The
one.
setup looks awesome.
All
I
right,
like
thank
it.
you. Appreciate it.
Got it.
All right. We are the Dawgs Table, and stay tuned, because we will be having a live show coming up here in a mere few weeks. So thank you guys for watching us. Thank you for let's see here. The fatty is on fire with Fireball. Yeah, he is. I've been pinned up for like 3 days, and I had to do a show earlier and a show on Sunday, and I could not let myself go, and I can do it this one. So thank you guys for watching. Craig, love you, brother. I will see you next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Catch us live here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Click the link. Come in and join us. Like it and subscribe. See ya.
Go Browns.
Go Browns.